what we woke up to in the backyard. The cars are covered. Look at the shed. Isn't that pretty though? That is absolutely beautiful. Guys, I think it's safe to say our little garden is done for. Look at the ice, the snow all over, all the vegetables. But this is so pretty. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Friday. I've gotten off work. It's about 1:30. So Bells and I are coming outside. I have my garden getting watered. So I'm going to bring you all along and let you see the garden today. I think today is a really pretty day to share the garden with you. So if you will allow me a moment to cut the water off, then we're going to walk the garden. I'll show you what we got and how well everything is looking. Okay, hold on. All right guys, this is the garden area here. Since I'm right here, we're going to start right here. In this big, huge bed here, we haven't put anything out because anything that is not encased inside this little fence area, the deer will come and destroy it. So when you walk here, we don't have anything put out here. This is what we're going to work on this weekend. We're going to go ahead and try and put some stuff out this weekend. In my flower beds, as you can see, we don't have anything out here. The only thing that seems to be growing is this here. That's all the way down here on the ground. And this ivy. But other than that, I don't see anything else. Now it looks like might be some more stuff coming back up in here. I'm not sure. I know the ivy has taken over, but we are going to definitely be putting out some more beneficial plants here. Same thing with this area here. The only thing we have is ivy and weeds. So we're going to go through and redo both of these beds. Here we have nothing here. That's died back. This is my thornless blackberries. We need to come out here and weed these out because that thing right there, what you see, that's a huge ant bed. So yeah, so we're gonna have to come out here and weed this plant and try and see if we can give it some more life. But yeah, so that's what we have there. And when we come around this way, I don't know where Bells is. Bella, this is our greenhouse. So this is what we're trying to get stocked this weekend, get all of our seedlings out here so that they can start growing and then we can transplant them from here over here into the garden. Here we don't have anything here. We haven't planted anything in this area yet. Here is our tomato wall here. And we haven't taken out any of the old stuff that was there. We still have all of the stuff there that was there before. So this weekend we're gonna get out here and weed it, amend the soil, so that we're able to start putting out some fresh tomatoes and stuff. So that is what that is looking like. And then here in this bed, we have onions that we are trying to see how they're going to grow. They seem to be doing pretty good. As you can see, we have some onions out here that are looking pretty good. So that is what we are doing. Just trying to grow our own food. So we got to get busy with that. Here is my spearmint plant. This spearmint plant has made it through the entire winter, snow and all. And everything that I am sharing with you is just like it was when the snow hit. We didn't cover anything because we just felt like, you know, whatever happens to it happens. God was going to cover it and protect it, and he did. So we didn't have to cover up anything. Here is my arch. Let me turn around so you can see it. This is our arch here. This is where we had the tomato last year on this side, and we had squash on this side. So far, we haven't put anything out here. So we'll probably put our beans out here this year. I'm not sure, but I think that's what my husband's going to do. In this bed is garlic. So let me show you this garlic bed. Now, this bed doesn't get enough water, so I have to actually pull the water hose and water this bed. I told my husband we may need to run another one of those sprinklers and put it on the back so it can water this side of the garden. So before we go inside the garden, let's go ahead and finish up our walk back here. Here is our Belle of Georgia peach tree. The deer almost demolished it. We're prayerful that it's going to come back, so we have not bothered it. We're just leaving it here. I don't see any buds or anything, but the branches are still spongy, so I believe that they're still alive. There's still life in this tree, so we're going to see what happens. When you swing around over here, this is our grapevine. I'm going to get close so you can see it. So that's one bush. This is another one here. And this one is growing really pretty. Well, the whole thing is actually growing really pretty. And this is another one. So we have 3 different types of grapes out here. And so we are seeing how they're going to do. Hopefully this year we'll get some grapes. We shall see. And then bluebells. And when we come over on this side of the yard, all we really have that the storm didn't tear down is my live light hydrangea, my gardenia azalea. That is a, what is that called? Can't remember the name of it. That was a tomato my husband decided to put out here. And here is my Nico blue hydrangea, which is beginning to put out, as you can see. And then over here is our apple tree. So this is one of the apple trees here. This one is the yellow delicious apple tree. This is one of the trees that did give us an apple last year. We had one apple on this tree, which the deer did get, but we had an apple. So prayerfully we'll get more this year. And then here is a blueberry bush. I don't know if y'all can see it. That's our blueberry bush there. We have 3 out here. This is another one. That's a blueberry bush. This one is pretty decent size. This year we got to change how we got these out here. And then this is another apple tree here. This is a gala apple. This one didn't do anything. The deer did get a hold of this one as well. So preferably it will come back. Preferably, but a little bit long, it'll come back. So now we're gonna go to the inside of the garden and hold on. Now on our way inside the garden, I wanted to stop here and show you. This is a knockout rose. Here we have 2 over here. There's a knockout rose and they're beginning to put out. This is our Arctic Frost Satsuma tree. So we've had this here, I think a year now, going on 2. And this is what it looks like from the snow we had. I think the leaves got burnt a little bit. But for the most part, this thing held up really nicely. And I'm impressed with that. Here is my old herb bed. My husband's going to be taking this one out and making me a bigger one. Or he may just add on to this one and make it up higher and bigger to fill in more space over here so that I can put out all of the herbs that I ordered, which I'll show you when I go inside. Here out front of the garden is another little small onion bed. My husband likes to put onions everywhere, which we know that these act as a bug deterrent, like pests. So that's why we put a lot of them out in different places. Here is my mama rose. I'm going to cut her back this weekend and go ahead and get her fed and ready to put out. This 2 pots here, they hold my purple queen. There's a flower. So I have it there. It looks terrible, but preferably it'll come back. Before we go in the garden, this is my hydrangea. And as you can see, this thing is putting out. Uh-oh, I just knocked off the little buds, but it'll come back. But yeah, so it is getting ready to put out. So anyway, now we're getting ready to go in the garden. So hold on. I'm going to go in the garden and let you all see what we got there. All right, I'm going to give you a quick span of the garden. Before I walk it. All right, and when we come in the door here, this is what we have. These are our red onions. They are looking really good. Some of them are leaning, some of them are doing whatever, but they are hanging in there. They look so doggone good from all that snow. These are the white. All that snow we had. I think in a video, I may put a picture up on the screen if I can find it. All that snow we had, these beds were covered in snow. And look at these onions, how good they held up. And still just growing right on, just like ain't nothing ever happened to them. I love that. I love that for us. So that is our onions. And over here by the onions, we have strawberries. So these are the strawberries here. We have a ton in there. And we even have a few little blooms. Here we have bloom here. So yeah, we got to get these little, so like these here that's growing down on the ground, we don't want them to get carried away, because I read that strawberries can be invasive. So we don't want to have any issues. So we're going to definitely have to make sure that they don't get away from us. But these are the strawberries. Now, it'd be nice if they all put out. So we're going to see. This is just a little experiment my husband has sitting here. Don't ask me what it is, because I couldn't tell you. Here is our Brussels sprouts. Wait a minute, let me make sure. Yeah, these are Brussels sprouts. So we have Brussels sprouts here. Looks like cabbage to me, but the sign says they're Brussels sprouts. So that's what we have there. And when we swing over here, you guys, this is my prize lettuce. Look at this lettuce. These are the freckled lettuces. We have so many different types, and we're going to put out some more because I normally put them in sets of 2 side by side. We didn't do that this year. And all of the snow we had, this bed was completely covered. You couldn't even see the lettuce, but look at the lettuce. We have some pretty lettuce out here. We're going to start cutting off of that this weekend. In this bed, we had short icicle radishes, and we had the cherry bell radishes. We pulled all of those out. We haven't put any more out yet, but we need to. Here is our, I want to say this is a collard green. My husband says it's kale. The sign he put out here says kale. That clearly is not kale. This is what I mean. That's what my husband does. He just sticks stuff in and you don't even know. I think this is a Brussels sprout. And I think that's a Brussels sprout. But I think everything else might be kale. This is that kale. The blue dwarf kale. This is all kale. But I think there are 2 Brussels sprouts stuck in here. And again, this is from the storm. Look how pretty it held up. We didn't lose any of it. Here, over in this bed, all of this was supposed to be collard greens. And I believe, again, these are Brussels sprouts. The way they look. They're either Brussels sprouts or, yeah, these got to be Brussels sprouts because they look just like what's behind me. Now, these are the Georgia Southern collard greens right here. So we have plenty of greens. I told my husband, don't overgrow because he has a habit of overplanting. So don't overgrow. There's enough greens for us to crop off and eat exactly what we need. So that is what that bed is looking like. And I have started watering it every other day, and it is definitely jumping and putting on a show. Here is our garlic in this side, inside the garden. These are all of our garlic. And look how good that garlic is looking. Isn't that pretty? Try and get a different angle from the sun. That's some pretty garlic. So my husband said he's going to be feeding his garlic this weekend. And yeah, so that is what we have here. Beautiful bed of garlic. Back in this bed, we don't have anything yet. Here is some more spearmint plant that we have out here that we are definitely going to be cutting back and letting it do its thing. Now, when you swing around here, we had 3 purple cabbages. Now, you see this one here? I don't think this little one's going to make it, but I refuse to pull it. But this is the purple cabbage, and this is what it's looking like after the snow. When I first came out here, I wasn't sure if it was going to make it. The leaves were kind of funny looking. Bella, get out my garden. Bella. But they're coming back. Here is Copenhagen cabbages. So all of these are the cabbages. I think that one is one. I think all of these are the cabbages. Copenhagen cabbages. Back up, girl. And then here, let me get around here to my tag so I can read, see what these are. I think these are rutabagas. Yeah. So these are all the rutabagas here. So we put out some rutabagas. So we have rutabagas out here. Copenhagen cabbage, purple cabbage, garlic there. Georgia Southern collards, Brussels sprouts, kale, freckled lettuce, strawberries, and onions so far. Now, when we swing right here, this here is our mystery garden, guys, right here. This is our mystery bed because my husband couldn't tell me what this is because I asked him, I'm like, what is this? He's like, I don't know. I just put it out. And I'm like, oh, so we'll find out as it grows because we have no idea what this even is, child. That's what my husband likes to do. He'll put it out here and figure it out as we go. Now, we know this is carrots. So all of that is our carrots over there. Carrots are looking so good. So this is what the garden is looking like so far. So we're going to be putting out peas, beans, kale, spinach, and all of that this weekend. So we're going to be in the garden this weekend working hard. So we will definitely bring you all along. But this has been a quick little short video to show you what we have in the garden. Bells, come on. What we have so far. So we do have some stuff growing. I